Logan knew that they had a situation on their hands. First, a natural disaster hits Tokyo. Thankfully, there were no harms or casualties, but there was a lot of property damage. And now, 16 hormonal teenagers have now been supercharged with mutated powers. What on earth were you supposed to do in a situation like this? The professor was already coming up with a plan, although Logan didn't like it very much, and he was one to voice his opinion on the situation. I know what you're trying to do, Professor, and I don't even have to read your mind to figure it out. I'm doing what's best, Logan. Best for what? Best for them or best for you? What are you trying to get at? You already know. You've been pursuing this for so long. You wanted peace. Now we have peace. You wanted there to be no more fighting. There hasn't been. But it's almost like you're just a junkie for it. Like you just can't help yourself. You just have to keep pushing. You have to keep digging. And now look what you've dragged us into. I felt it, Logan. What was I supposed to do? Ignore it? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe you should have just ignored it. I can't. I've never been able to. See? And that's your problem. Look, you were pushing for this whole mutant cause, for there to be peace among both sides. You saw what happened. That was never going to be the case. There was never going to be peace between normal people and mutants. Why can't both be normal? What I fought for was for coexistence. What happened to us? What happened to them? They were stripped of their right to choose, Logan. You and I, for some reason, were fortunate enough to keep our gifts. You call them gifts. I don't see it that way. Nothing about my existence has felt like a gift to me. You know, my father was a piece of crap. Truly was. Didn't view me as normal. My brother, he treated him far worse. Did a lot of unspeakable things to him. Turned him into the psychopath that he is. All because we were born the way we were. You want to know what's not normal? You want to know what's not fun, Professor? Watching people grow old and die all around you. For me, I've been alive for so long now, it doesn't even faze me anymore. Or being picked and used as a lab experiment. Having needles poked and pried throughout my whole damn body. My memories being played and toyed with. And no thanks to you especially. You call them gifts. They're a curse. They were never meant to be. It was a part of the evolution, Logan. That's what I don't get. I understand that people are fearful of what they don't know and fearful of what they don't know. This is what they know. Every time, every single time, there's nothing but death and destruction. People die, Professor. All of our years of fighting, what good did it do us? Magneto tries to do something. We get involved. Vice versa. This tit for tat going back and forth over and over and over and over and over again. The humans had every right to fear us. I mean, hell, just because someone has a bad day, all of a sudden their powers go out of whack, and the next thing you know, all of reality gets altered. Do you know how scary that is? Do you know how scary you are to some people, Professor? What you're able to do. Some of the things I've seen you do. And make no mistake about it, you haven't been forgiven by everyone for what you did. I did what was best. You thought you did what was best. What about Jean? Huh? Did you do what was best for her? Why can't you see past your own emotions? You still can't let it go. Let it go? You play with her mind. And you don't feel any remorse. You see, we try to let a lot of things slide with you, Professor. A lot of things. But this, no, I'm not. Those kids, I'm going to help them. I'm going to help them return back to the way they used to be. And I don't disagree with you. But it's not for debate. You know, the only reason why I've stuck beside you for so long, because I watched how everyone left you behind. Without this power, without the need. It showed who you truly are. You like to think that you and Magneto are different, but really you're a lot alike. You're two sides to the same coin. For their safety, I'm going to help them. But you, I'm keeping a close eye on you. We're not playing with any of your games this time, Professor. We're going to make them normal again. We're going to find Wanda wherever she is. And then what will you do? Will you kill her? I didn't say anything about killing. But all of this needs to end. And if it ends with there really being no more mutants, then so be it. Otherwise, I walk out that door right now, and I take you with me. The professor took a deep breath. He had been impulsive that he went running into danger without any forethought or thinking. What exactly did he hope to accomplish by doing anything that he had done? In fact, all they had managed to do was make the situation far worse than it already was. Now they had to deal with the ramifications. In the meantime, Miyamura would reawaken in his bed once again, the bandages still covering his eyes. More and more of the situation was coming to light. He remembered it, being thrown violently out of that storm. The swelling that began to form in his eyes, like a great intense heat. And then he opened them. When he opened his eyes, he felt the stream of energy beginning to pour out. He ended up cutting off the side of a building that started to fall. He remembered looking. He had to try to keep his eyes closed and open at the same time because he didn't want to hurt anyone. He could hear Hori screaming. They were terrifying screams. She yelled out his name. He tried to find where she was, just barely managing to reach her before blacking out once again. But he wasn't the only one suffering from some post-traumatic experiences from the New Year's Eve festival. The other boys in the room were starting to stir as well. Some of them fared better than others. There was Sakuta. He remembered being with Mai when they got pulled into the storm. He remembered trying to find her, and he saw that a large chunk of a falling debris was getting ready to fall on top of her. He remembered rushing as fast as he could, and surprisingly enough, he moved a lot quicker than he anticipated. So fast, in fact, that he managed to swoop her out of the way. But at the same time, he couldn't control how fast he was moving, and he ended up running face first into a pole and knocking himself out. And then there was June. He and Tomo were trying to escape as well. Tomo, her skin, it turned into metal. And as for June, well, he managed to hold up a brick wall with his feet. I mean, sure, he had been working out, but his leg strength, it was a lot stronger. He really turned into a beast of sorts. There was Nagatoro, and her and Senpai got pulled into the vortex also. When they escaped, Nagatoro, trying to find where he was, she saw that he was about to fall. They somehow landed on a tall building, but it was starting to keel over. Nagatoro, wanting to get to him as quickly as possible, instantly vanished and reappeared right next to him, just as they were both taking the plunge. But as she held on to him, they phased into the ground before popping right back up like nothing had happened. Of course, for Nato, he had no idea what had happened at all, and he just assumed they kept falling. So it was his surprise when he realized that they didn't hit the ground. They phased through the ground. There was Akari and Jiro. Akari was scared and fearful for her life as she continued to cry and scream out for Jiro wherever he was. More storm clouds started to appear. It seemed like lightning and rain and gusts of wind were all starting to bellow around the girl. And then there was Jiro. For some reason, he felt different. As he looked around, he attempted to find where Akari was. Akari! Akari, where are you? Jiro! Jiro, help! Akari! Oh God! It's an Iceman monster! What appeared to be a man made entirely out of snow started walking towards Akari. Akari holding up her hands desperately to fend off from this strange creature. And suddenly lightning shot from her hands. Wait, no, Akari, it's me! The lightning struck at the snowman, causing all the snow to dissipate, and all that was left was a stunned Jiro. Then there was Misaki and Usui. Usui was quick on his feet, and he managed to get them out of the way. However, his eyes were glowing a violet color. As for Misaki, as she looked up, she reached her hand out to his face, and then suddenly, Usui started to collapse to the ground. Usui, oh God, what have I done? Usui? Wow, it feels like you've drained a lot out of me. It felt good. Misaki, touch me again. No, you pervert! But, oh God, what's happening? Misaki tried to help someone else, but when she touched them, they started to pass out also. This process continued an unhealthy amount of times before the girl finally realized that she should, stop touching people. Then there was also Taiga and Ryuji, the two of them having been thrown for a loop as well. There was another falling piece of debris that was coming right towards them. Instinctually, Taiga, not thinking about it, thought that she should reach for a sword. She didn't know why, it was just on impulse. She always carried that wooden thing around. But for some reason, what she came with wasn't what she expected. It was like a sword made out of energy. Instinctually, she managed to cut through the falling piece of rock in half. Ryuji would cover them on another side. As he belched out, fire would come forth, shooting away at more of the falling rock. How did you... Taiga, how did you... Neither knew exactly what was going on or how on earth they managed to do that. And then, there was Junichi and Yukana. Yukana was safe, thankfully, in Junichi's arms, and Junichi was holding her. Oh, that could have been bad. Junichi, don't let me go. I won't let you go, Yukana. Don't let me go. Please don't let me go. Please don't let me go. I won't let you go. What's the problem? We're not on the ground. We're not on the ground? Hold on, wait. Junichi felt something. His back was flapping up and down. Wait a minute. Wings? Holy crap. I have wings. Wait, I have wings. Oh God. Did I die? Junichi, why do you have wings? Why are we flying? Oh God. Oh God. The two lovers would begin crying in midair as Junichi continued to stay mid-flight. Oh God. Oh, I died. Oh no. Junichi, why did you have to die and leave me like this? I don't know. But on the bright side, I got my wings. I got my wings. Oh God. I thought I was going straight to hell. Oh God. I'm gonna go to heaven. I'm gonna go. Before you go, let me down. Yukana started to shoot off what appeared to be fireworks. They began shooting all over her body. Because of that, the shots that were being fired from Yukana, the sparks of energy, you could say they were like fireworks of sorts, it caused him to lose focus and they started plummeting down to the ground below. Before Junichi was able to catch hold of himself through a gust of wind, the two of them crashing into a park. Still though, Junichi was still suffering from a life-death experience because in his mind, he had officially become an angel. Oh God, I'm an angel. Junichi looked up to the sky. Is this it? Is this how it ends? Am I being called home? Is there gonna be are there big blue angels in the sky? Is that what you're thinking about at a time like this? Well, you know what they say, till death do us part, and you're not leaving me, huh? But I've got my wings. I don't care. I'm following you. Oh. Safe to say, the whole event had been just one big, gigantic mess. And now, these were the ramifications. The professor, thankfully, was able to get hold of it all. The hospital, manipulating their minds, that was the easy part. Reading through each child, he was able to discern the powers that they got. Surprisingly enough, when you act fast enough, you can expedite a lot of things. There was an old mansion not too far off in the countryside of Tokyo. Thankfully, when you have a nice bank account, you pull some strings, you're able to buy things that normally take months or maybe even a year to do. But with the right motivation, you can manipulate the process to your advantage. One by one, the children found themselves waking up in their respective rooms. Everyone trying to gauge the situation and what had happened to them. The boys were on the east side of the mansion, the girls were to the west. One by one, doors would slowly creak open as kids would start to walk out. They weren't sure of who each other were. The boys taking time to meet up amongst themselves and to try to figure things out. My name's Junichiro, although some people, they just call me Jun. Sakuta. Naruto. I'm Jiro. Usui. I'm Ryuji. I'm Miyamura. I'm Junichi, and I don't know about you guys, but I don't know if I'm supposed to be here because, oh God, he's got wings. Is he an angel? Wait, if he's an angel, how come we don't have wings? Hold on, we all died and we went to hell? Why does this guy get to go to heaven? He doesn't look any better than us. That's what I was thinking. Really? At a time like this? Oh, shut up. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be in heaven. That's where I need to be. That's where I need to. It's obvious that he's not an angel, and it's obvious that we're not in heaven or hell. Maybe we're in purgatory. You know, sometimes we're not good enough to go up, but we're not bad enough to go down. I highly doubt purgatory has a bright blue sky and a sun. June would point to the window. Yeah. Wait a second. Where's Tomo? Tomo? Who's a Tomo? Tomo, she's my, girlfriend. Wait, your girlfriend? Sakata asked. I need to find mine. Yours? Yeah, her name's Mai Sakurajima. Wait a second. The Mai Sakurajima? Jiro asked. The young idol? The actress? The movie star? Commercial girl? You're dating her? Yeah, right. It's not a lie. I am. Yeah, and I'm dating the Queen of England. Well, are you? No, I'm kinda... It's complicated. Like, I'm dating a girl, but it's for school. For school? Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. You go to that practical school, don't you? The one that has that marriage course? Yeah, what kind of loser goes to a school just for that? Hey, I hear they have a high success rate for relationships. Well, do you like the girl you're with? Akari? I mean, she's cute. And, well, hold on, that's not the point. I need to find her. Well, you're not the only ones, Usui would say. I'm looking for my girlfriend, Misaki. She works at a maid cafe, and she's really, really adorable. Especially with her brown boots. Like, oh my god, she is just the best. Yeah, we get it, lover boy. Is anyone else here looking for their girlfriend or female associate of some kind? All the boys ended up raising their hand in unison. But then they turned to Miyamura because he had his eyes bandaged. Hey, you with the bandages on your eyes. Looking like a wannabe Gojo. Why do you have your eyes bandaged? Let me guess. You got the 6 eyes? Sharingan? The Gias? No, and no. Every time I open my eyes, I create laser beams of mass destruction. What? Wait a second. So, he's got angel wings, June would say. You've got laser eyes. What can you do exactly? I'm not sure. Your eyes are glowing. Yeah, I've seen that. And yet you don't know what you can do at all. Usui would simply scratch his head. No, I haven't the slightest clue. Well, while the boys were continuing to try to figure out where they were and just how they had gotten here, off in the distance they could hear yelling and screaming. It sounded like fighting. And for 2 of the boys in particular, they recognized those voices. What the? That sounds like Tomo. That sounds like Taiga. Immediately, both June and Ryuji would come running to where the noises were coming from, while the other boys followed behind, while Miyamura would need assistance walking around, and Junichi would help him out. All right, take my hand. Thanks, I appreciate it. You know, you're really kind. It's easy to see why you got your wings. What the? Junichi would simply thank him for the remark as he helped lead the way. Seriously, what kind of guy talks like that? And damn, Why does he look kind of cute? Why am I having conflicted... Oh, God, no. By the time the boys arrived to the other side of the great mansion, they got a chance to see what was happening, because just downstairs, the girls were all there, all gathered together. 6 of them off to the side, watching as 2 of them were squaring up for a fight. "You heard me. You're nothing but a little pipsqueak," Tomo said. "Pipsqueak nothing. Punks jump up to get beat down." "Well, it looks like you're going to enjoy this beating now, aren't you?" Tomo's skin transformed into a metallic-like state as she started throwing haymakers towards Taiga, who was able to dodge them effectively. Despite only just getting her powers, her skills with the sword definitely came in handy. All she had to do was think with her mind, and suddenly, an energy-like sword would just appear in her hand, which was perfect. Tomo was skilled in the martial arts, but she never had to deal with a weapon wielder before. The 2 of them would size each other up, as Taiga would go sprinting straight towards Tomo. "You're gonna take back what you said!" "Like hell I am." Just as the 2 of them were ready to charge, both Ryuji and June would step in the way. Ryuji getting smacked point blank in the face. Thankfully, Taiga changed the blade over to the blunt side, while June was catching a right hook to the chest. Both boys would be sent in opposite directions. "Oh my God, June! Ryuji! Why did you get in the way?" "Oh. Oh." Meanwhile, the other girls would run to the respective boys that they had come with. Well, not come with by choice, but rather here by force. Akari jumping into Jiro's arms, Miyamura being guided over to Hori, who desperately was holding on to him for dear life, Yukana holding close to Junichi, Sakuta greeting Mai, the 2 of them being relatively calm to all this. "You don't think it's puberty syndrome again, do you?" "Puberty syndrome? Maybe, but to this level? I mean, the worst that's ever happened to me is that I ended up disappearing from existence, and you end up with bloody scars on your chest. Puberty syndrome that gives out superpowers? I don't know, that seems a little too far-fetched." "Really? After everything you've seen, you think that this is far-fetched?" "I mean, time travel is one thing, but even still, that's kind of tricky. Which, by the way, if I died in the past and then you went back into the past and took my place and got yourself killed, what the hell are we exactly? You know, I never actually thought about that. Like, are we the real Mai and Sakuta, or... Wait a second. Did the real Mai and Sakuta die? Did the real us die back then? I have no clue. I just try to ignore it. And now we've got to get to the bottom of this. In the midst of all the panic and everything else that was going on, Logan would come walking out of the kitchen with a beer, the professor following close behind. "Logan, we're trying to make a first impression. Are you sure that drinking beer in the morning is the first thing you need to... You're not going to question my methods. If I gotta deal with a bunch of snot-nosed brats, I'm gonna need all the beer I can get, and you're paying for it. Try to drink responsibly." Hey! Hey! Everyone would turn to the booming voice. Good. First off, all of you, shut the hell up. Second of all, be quiet, and I'm going to explain everything. Essentially what happened was, you've all been given mutant powers. That is all. The professor just looked at Logan dumbfounded. That was his explanation? Mutant powers? Hori asked. I'm sorry, but what the hell is going on here? Who is he? Who are all of you? Who the hell are you? And Mia Moore, are you all right? Here, let me take these bandages off. No! All the boys would yell out simultaneously. Do not take those bandages off of him. As a matter of fact, one of the boys reached into their pockets. Here, try these. They tossed Hori a pair of sunglasses. Will those work? The professor looked to Logan. Those will do. As Mia Moore would put on the sunglasses, he slowly opened his eyes. He could make everything out, but not in the perceived color that he used to. Everything was a bit red. But still, he could at least see Hori well enough. Hori holding on to her boyfriend for dear life. Oh, thank God you're okay. We need to get the hell out of here. Look, it's nice meeting you all. Like, it's been great. And it's just sit your ass back down, Logan said. We're sitting our asses back down. I'm sorry for my companion here. He can be a bit forceful at times, but I promise he means you no harm. It still doesn't explain who you are, June would ask, and why we're here. Well, to put it more delicately, what Logan has said is correct. Your bodies have all undergone a massive mutation, and you have been transformed in various ways. You have been given mutant abilities, and you have all, in effect, become mutants yourselves. Of course, while there was a part that wanted to deny what he had said, they knew all too well that all of this was very, very real. They had been turned into something different. Something far from the ordinary. But fear not. I know that this may seem alarming, but I assure you, I assure all of you, you have nothing to be afraid of. Who are you? The group asked. My name is Charles Xavier, and I am a professor of the extraordinary, and I take it as my duty to help all of you, to protect you, and to help you understand what you have become. This concludes X-Men: The Next Generation. What If Wolverine Trained the X-Men? Season 1, Part 2. As always, if you enjoyed today's video and everything else that we have to offer, then please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that bell for post notifications so you can stay up to date on everything that is PowerCore Productions and Podcastings that's to come out now and in the future. Stay tuned tomorrow as we'll continue with more of X-Men: The Next Generation. What If Wolverine Trained the X-Men? Season 1, Part 3. But anyway, that's going to do it for the end of today's video. I'm Javon Harrington with PowerCore Productions and Podcastings, signing off, and I'll see you next time.